So like I said, guys, again, this is mainly about raising awareness of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we can overcome it. Of course, there's going to be a lot more that we're going to cover, but this is all about raising the awareness and having a great understanding on why we do what we do. So we all ready? Yeah, good to go? Excellent. Oh, I'm just gonna close this. I think the room is a little bit cooler now. So once again, why we fighting tooth and nail is because to the brain, money is seen as an existential loss. It's like you are fighting for your life. And I'm gonna break down why you're fighting for your life in your brain. Like I said, there is no saber-toothed tiger chasing you. There is no bear that's gonna come out and take your honey or your porridge. Yeah? There's no lion chasing after you, but to your brain, the loss of money is seen as existential loss. Right. Let's have another trade. Yeah? Let's see if we're going to make some money this time or not. So we can clearly see the levels this time, right? The range, we've broken out and we're slowly pulling back. Okay? Once again, what are your thoughts?
Got a nice double bottom.
Okay.
Way back up.
Big fine candle.
That'll read.
So doubt again. We've touched the level, so to me that's a retest. That's it.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm going to aim for somewhere around here because that's where the buyers are reacting from.
Looking beautiful, isn't it?
It's looking great.
Confident.
Confident, like that. All right, I'm going to write that down real quick. Confident. Excuse my doctor's writing.
Excitement.
Excitement.
Bang.
That trade done in what? Couple of seconds? Amazing. Who feels elated?
Buzzing.
Satisfied, buzzing, happy, per se. Okay?
You're the best trader in the world.
So are we doomed? Oh my God, my biology is against me. I'm gonna be fighting, flying, or freezing for the rest of my life. Is this it? Is this why 80% lose? I might as well join them. Is this the end of us as traders? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is the beginning of everything. This is the beginning of understanding how we can overcome our biology, number one. You can't override it, but you can overcome it. And by having awareness is the beginning of potential prevention. Okay? So, let's go into psychology and the impact it has in trading. So first of all, what is psychology? Obviously, it's the scientific study of the human mind and its functions, especially those affecting behavior in a given context. And then you have market psychology, which is the mental characteristics or attitude of a person or group. We are more interested in personal psychology. Market psychology can eventually go and endeavor yourself, but that's based on price action and understanding and so on and so forth. But we are more interested in personal psychology for now. So we have this person here that's starting to take ice baths, and After 35 days, their behaviors completely changed. So let's have a look. And I'm pretty sure that you are loving mine. 'Cause I'm in the field of dandelions, wishing on everyone. What did she say on the video? Just a lot of practice. Has the context changed? Number one. Has her context changed? What is her context? Taking an ice bath. Taking an, well, it's still cold and it's still icy. So the context hasn't changed. And eventually, the brain, her brain, in this occasion, definitely not mine, has smoothed itself out, adapted to the context. But the context hasn't changed. So please keep an actual understanding to what I'm saying here. I'm sure we all know Charles Darwin and his famous saying, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent that survives, but the most adaptable to change. So, let's go back to a time where we weren't traders or we weren't doing this. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I've just been exposed to trading. Are you serious? I'm going to have no boss? That's amazing. I'm always used to having a boss. I can trade anytime, any place. It's exciting. Yarrick loves that word. Exciting. Unlimited money, financial freedom. You can live the life of your dreams. It gives you a sense of escapism. And it's a brand new environment. Brand new. Whilst you've been working a 9 to 5, obviously if you run a business, it's a little bit different. But I came from a background of working a 9 to 5. I had to be there a specific time. Eventually, you could say it got boring. I can only earn limited amount. Financial slavery. I'm stuck in this job, per se. Entrapment. And we've been doing this for quite a long time. And now I'm coming into the trading world. I'm most likely to experience these emotions. These have nothing to do with trading itself. This is just the emotions that you're bringing to this world because it's new. You haven't done it before. It's exciting. And now you're in a place or in a field where you have very little technical knowledge, very little understanding, but you're very excited, which is necessary, I believe. Why? If not, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here studying. You wouldn't be here doing the hours. You wouldn't be here studying on the weekend, doing your levels and so on and so forth. So it's extremely necessary. Don't get me wrong. But we are lacking the awareness that we're bringing all this emotional charge in a very sophisticated system or world, per se. Oh, before you had your hand up. So we start with optimism, excitement, thrill, euphoria, and then here we go. We start moving to the downside. Anxiety, denial, fear, desperation, panic. Oh my God, why am I losing so much? What's happening? Who sold me this? Where's James? And then we get a little bit of coaching or a little bit of help or a little bit of self-talk and we begin the cycle again, per se. So you start your trading, your limbic system kicks in, fight, flight, or freeze. You pull yourself out of the situation. You say, that wasn't me trading, or what the hell was that? Why did I do that? Why did I revenge trade? Or why did I move my stop loss to break even? Or why did I move my stop loss even further more? I'm not going to do it next time. And you go back trading again. Your limbic system kicks in. Fight, flight, or freeze. Obes, I thought I was trading a phase 1. No, that looks like a phase 2. Where was your stop loss? I didn't place it. Huh? Why didn't you? Okay, I'm not going to do it again. All right, you go again. Limbic system kicks in. Obes, you know what? This time I thought it was going to be the right one. Who gives you that guarantee? All right. I'm not going to do it again. And the circle keeps going on and on and on. And whilst that's happening, which we're going to cover a little bit later, you are actually creating habits. So, do we know who this gentleman is?
Douglas.
Mark Douglas. Rest in peace. Mark Douglas himself. And I took this little snippet from his, I think it's a 4-hour seminar per se. And obviously there's a lot in that 4-hour seminar. But this is one of the most important snippets in regards to context.
A pro basketball player
Oh,
can
can we?
stand at the free throw line
Sorry, 1 second.
and hit 20 in a row, even 30 in a row. Or the thing about
I want to make sure that we.
a pro basketball player who can stand at the free throw line and hit 20 in a row, even 30 in a row. Where the thing about the variables are fixed. The line and the basket and the distances, they're all fixed. And he's got the motor skills to be able to hit, like I said, 10, 15, 20 in a row. But they get into a situation where there's 1 second left and the score is tied, and his basket is going to win the game, and he chokes. That's a cycle. The guy that doesn't choke has a psychological skill that the other one doesn't. Trading without fear is a psychological skill. It is
So trading without fear is a psychological skill. Hitting a basket 20, 30 times in a row without choking is a psychological skill. Taking a penalty is a psychological skill. Saving someone from danger is a psychological skill. But what did he say about those parameters, especially with the basketball? The variables are fixed. So for the only way for you to get accustomed to a certain situation, what do you need to do, or what needs to happen?
Fix some variables.
Fix some variables.
Not for the trading.
Now, I'm sure you guys have heard before, or I've experienced before, there were soldiers that joined us as FMO, and they are accustomed to certain variables, which I'm going to call chaos in theory. Yeah, they can perform under bombs and grenades and all sorts of things going on in the background, and they are able to perform. But they come to trading and they fail. Now, you would think soldiers are disciplined individuals. They know how to follow rules. They know how to follow orders, which they do, and they are very mentally trained. But they come to this endeavor and they fail. Why? Different context. So the lady with the ice bath, she's been doing the same thing again and again and again, the same ice bath every day, maybe at the same time, who knows? Eventually, her brain was able to adapt, per se. Us as traders, which have 5 strategies, 10 strategies, 10 strategies plus YouTube, gurus, FMO group. Oh my God, he's just made 100 pips and I didn't. Obi again, he made 4R. Are we fixing our variables? Do we even know what our variables look like? So trading is often regarded as an activity that shares the same similarities as competitive sports. And this statement might sound far-fetched, but it's actually pretty accurate on many levels. To cope with pain and discomfort, the runners use a variety of mental strategies, including breathing techniques, which we're going to cover later, to urge themselves on. So, do you remember these individuals? Welcome. You are one of them. You are a performer. You're not just clicking a button and seeing if something buys or sells. You are actually performing. These people, again, have coaches, right? Whether it's technical coaches per se, how to kick a ball, how to shoot or hit a racket, but they also have mental coaches. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be your mental coach, although I kind of you could say to an extent, but you have to be aware that when you're in front of the screen, you are performing. Now, some of you may trade end of day and you think, say, higher time frame and so on and so forth. The market is fractal. All the little hiccups that we've experienced so far with some of those trades will happen to you also. Some of us are down under 1 minute, where a couple of seconds and you can be kicked out of the market immediately. You are performing. So what do we know about trading? Obviously, we need money, technical knowledge, a methodology, which is an approach that we use to trade. Most importantly, we need to acquire psychological skills. What are the characteristics of trading? It's inherently risky, it's a game of probability, and it has an uncertain outcome. The only guarantee is uncertainty in trading. And how does this all impact our brain? As I said before, you're not getting chased by a bear or a saber-toothed tiger or anything as such. But an uncertain outcome with the emotional decisions will trigger your fight, flight, or freeze. Why? Because the brain cannot distinguish fear from uncertainty. It cannot. When you're uncertain, you're automatically fearful. Now, of course, you can train that out, but when you're uncertain and when you're approaching an uncertain environment, you are automatically fearful. You're automatically going to trigger your fight, flight, or freeze. The brain can't distinguish the two. The brain can't distinguish that you're about to place a trade and there's a saber-toothed tiger. It can't distinguish it. It just recognizes that I'm approaching an uncertain environment. I have to physiologically get ready for it. I've never really experienced this, but when you place a trade, does anyone get palms, sweaty palms? No. Does anyone experience, I don't know, maybe a little bit of rush of blood in their back or anything as such, or something that tells them, okay, I'm in fight mode potentially, or geared up? Adrenaline kicked in. Correct. That is your body getting ready to either fight, flight, or freeze.
It's a dopamine, cortisol hit.
That's right. That's right. So your body is physiologically getting ready for the uncertainty, which is in your computer, in theory. It's not even a tiger or anything. But once again, the brain can't tell the difference between the tiger and the fact that you're about to lose money because you're entering an uncertain environment. Yes, Cam?
Add on to as well. I personally find out breathe a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the brain more options to make decisions very quickly.
And we're going to cover that. Yes. Okay. So, after everything that I've said, how much control do you think you have over your brain?
Um,
Quite a lot, actually.
Quite a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. At the beginning, obviously for me, I had none. None whatsoever. Why? I was doing all the mistakes under the sun. I wasn't risk managing. I was beating myself up. I had a very good understanding of price action, guys. I had a very good understanding. I knew multiple strategies. And yet I was losing. I was failing. I have all this knowledge. I've gone on YouTube. I got FMO. I got the gurus. And yet I am failing. Something's wrong. Something's up. There's something that someone is either not telling me or I am not aware of. Or the trading gods just don't like me.
it's very different from everything you've done before, isn't it? Because normally
Correct.
you get the knowledge, you do an exam,
Mm-hmm.
but if you've got all the knowledge, you're expected to do well.
Correct. So we come from a background where you get this, you get that, you should get that. And I'm going to be brutally honest. This is why I think a lot of education companies don't teach you this. Because this is so interpersonal and so different from the normality of how the world works. Hey, you go to school, you get a degree, you should get a job.
Add to that as well, that expectation of all that work put in, you should get an outcome. You don't get that outcome.
Self-sabotage.
Makes it
Correct.
never, I've done all this, I should be getting it.
Correct.
Might be me.
Yeah? Good. So, from a brain perspective, there are three main stumbling blocks that are really hurting your performance. You may be aware of them, you may not be aware of them. But these three, you need to be, in theory, in a position to identify them. Power of association. So the brain works by associating things. Cognitive dissonance, which is having two belief systems or holding two belief systems at the same time, which contradict each other. And then the mechanical or the anatomy of the brain itself, which is the habit building, which is neural pathways, the building of neural pathways. Who wants another trade? Yeah? Let's see how this one works out. They've all been different so far. Yeah? Who knows? Are we going to win? Are we going to lose? I don't know. Is it going to be break even? Is it going to take 3 hours? Is it going to take 1 minute? We see the range?
Yeah.
Do we see the breakout?
Yeah.
Do we see the level?
Yeah.
Great. Let's see the pullback. And then we can go from there. So once again, this is under 15 minutes. So far we had different time frames, right? We got the space, yeah? What's people's thoughts so far? Hmm? Going to plan, okay, great. Oh, I'm gonna write that down. Oh, gonna come to the level where the buyer's acted, of course. You guys know I'm a seller, so most of these are sells. I don't think I've got a buy in here. I love sales. But that's a huge candle, right? That retest, right? Potentially news driven. I think it was. Yeah, it's Euro Yen. Yeah, it was news driven. Oh no. How do we feel? Good.
Just be making the level.
I was gonna shoot up.
It's gonna shoot up like that. So we're doubting the trade.
Around again.
Pissing about. Times two. Rangy. So pissing about again. Say
You find yourself willing it to go in your direction, don't you? You do have an emotional attachment.
correct.
to it moving in your
So can I say expectation?
direction.
Target hit. Yay. Target hit. But how long did it take?
Way too long.
Way too long for my liking.
Took as long as it took.
As long as it hit.
Well, it's fine to say it now,
Yeah. When you're in it.
but when you're in it,
Yeah.
it's a different game plan. That word expectation, it's our worst enemy, by the way. Yes, Ben.
Do you have rules to negotiate how long you're in the trade?
Once I'm in, I'm in. And I'll break down why, potentially tomorrow. We're actually running on very good ground, so potentially tomorrow. But yes, once I'm in, I'm in. Now, once I'm in, I'm in. 6 months ago, once I'm in, I'm staying in. Maybe a little bit jelly. A year ago, I would have closed that trade. 3 years ago, I probably wouldn't even know what I'm looking at. I'm joking, I'm joking. But once again, and I'll break down why tomorrow. So, power of association. We tend to associate things. Why? Why does the brain do so? To quickly get to decisions quicker. Makes sense. Efficiency, right?
Well, crap, why are we gonna judge you now? You know? No one's judging you. Just execute and just let the things play out. You have everything to gain now. They can't do it. Weird. Ignoring the plan because of confidence, euphoria. Have a new advanced student. They get 2 free winning trades under their belt, and they're like, yeah, I just thought I was good enough, so I just started ignoring the plan. No, just stick to the plan. Yeah, but I get lazy. So you're good for 2-3 trades and then you get lazy. You should be more motivated to stay the same in theory, right? Human brain is funny, honestly. Who wants another trade? So now we're on the 1 minute. So you're not gonna see the big picture. You're only gonna see the level where we execute and then we're gonna move from there. Okay? So once again, we're doing exactly the same thing. We're doing exactly the same context. What does that mean? The variables are the same all the time. The variables don't change. Not too sure if I'm gonna zoom out, but probably gonna aim for this region. Oh, further lower. Okay, fine. How do we feel?
Curious.
Curious. Not close to target yet. Still a while to go. How do we feel?
Happy it's in profit.
I'm taking profit, you said?
No, happy I'm in profit.
Okay.
Stop loss break even because I'm at that swing low there.
Okay.
It might be coming back up. I don't know.
So protection.
Is this the profit level there?
Where that line is.
Oh.
How do we feel? Do we still have the same confidence?
More confident now.
Okay. Someone said no. Not
It's no.
losing confidence. Are we
Take
bored?
trade. Yeah, I'll probably
Yes.
take it now.
Taking profit. Board. Oh my god, he's coming back. No.
Still in the down.
Actually, I would
Yeah.
close that trade long time ago.
Close.
Long time ago.
Close.
Still downtrending.
Oh. Are we gonna reach target?
Nice. Range
I have another shit. Oh man.
What was this on the 1 minute? Oh,
Under 1 minute.
The thing is now, I'd be watching this in a 5 minute. I'd go up one level.
Okay.
The noise.
Fine. Noise. What noise? Tell me.
Wicks up and down.
Okay. But why is it noise? I thought it's just information. What define noise? Why is it noise for you?
Is it because it's taking too long, so it's becoming noise rather than information?
It's too much information and so
Yeah.
sometimes.
Noise means I'm seeing too much up and down
yeah.
and it's psychologically wearing me out.
Give me a lot of anxiety.
That's why we call it noise. Obviously there's noise technically, but that noise is psychologically wearing you out. So I'm gonna call it psychological wear and tear. Sounds like you need an MOT.
Don't look like it's gonna hit.
What are we doing, team? Are we sticking with it?
Taking.
Are we taking? We're out.
Depends on your reasons for choosing that target. But
My reasons were met. Range, breakout, pullback, back to the level, execution. That's it. Nothing else for me to do.
just you stick with it then.
And
Now,
close the laptop and wait.
close the laptop and walk away.
Well, it's gone past the other low, at the previous low to the left, hasn't it? So.
It's just very noisy.
Who's taking profit? Well, some of us already taking profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's taking? I'm so close now. Who's taking profit?
Probably.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
No, it's just retesting that low level now.
Depends how much data you collected and stuff.
That plays a role. But at the beginning of your trading career, you don't have any data. You just have the strategy.
But if you're at the beginning of your career trading 1 minute, it's crazy.
True, very true. But once again, this can be the 1 minute, this can be the 4 hour, this can be the daily, this can be the 15 minute. The market is fractal.
Yeah.
Who's bored? I'm bored. Who's actually feeling a little bit of like,
Anxious.
yeah,
It's
anxious?
the opposite of what Cam was saying, holding my breath rather than breathing.
Stomach's going. Is it ever going to end?
Eventually.
Is it going to end?
Where we go?
I will be going through different time frames to see where this might end.
You've done all your data collection. I mean, you've executed.
Assuming it's
So I'm gonna call that over confirmation.
So close now.
I think even I got bored. Paul said, no, I'm joking, I'm joking. I think we'll
How
need
long are
that.
we in now?
I don't remember. I think was literally either all night.
Did you shut the laptop and go to bed?
I left it. I left it. I left
there we
it.
go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Target hit.
Yeah, it's got to be a few hours worth.
Absolutely. Who we control it kills us all. Because you're expecting it to take 2 minutes per se. Obviously not literally, but sometimes you're expecting it to be a lot quicker. And because it's not, it's turning into noise.
But your losing outcomes tend to be quicker, don't they?
Your losing outcomes tend to be quicker, but your winning outcomes, most times out of 10 they're not. They end up being noise. Why noise? Because it's psychologically wearing you down. I've had end of day traders tell me, I was in this trade for 2 days. I closed it and then it dropped. You're an end of day trader, like the minimum is a week per se. But because it didn't do nothing for 2 days, I closed it.
See, I made a end of day trade last Thursday. Didn't hit on the Friday, so end of Friday, cancelled it. Entered the same trade last night, entered this morning at 5 AM.
And you hit target, you said, oh,
No, it's still
still in it.
it's a few pips in, but
Oh.
that I'm making is just rules still met. So
Thinking beyond your trade is a trading error. Thinking beyond your trade is a trading error. So you were trying to look for more confirmation on the higher time frame. No need. Your rules were met. You executed for a reason. That's it.
It's hard not to expect anyway. If you go hunting, and it's like we have to teach ourselves not to expect the bullet to work every time.
Correct.
You should, and you don't know if the animal will die.
That's right. But you also have to teach yourself this. How the market goes from A to B is none of your business. You got into trading because you want the money to work for you. How it goes to work is none of your business. Who here has a business? Excellent. Are you on top of your employers 24/7? Hey, what you doing? What's up? Hey, what you doing? What's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey. Well, some of them might need it. Some of them might need it. But hey. Yeah? Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Leave me alone. Or I'm gonna walk away from your business. So why do we do it here?
Partly because we can.
Partly because we can. Yes, true.
But it's even worse here because we cannot control it at all.
Correct.
When you can have an impact on your
Correct.
employee, but you can't impact.
You can't impact the market.
So you do the next best thing.
Click and walk away. Turn it off, walk away. You have control over the fixed variables. That's what you have control of. The variables that you choose to depict a potential trade. How the trade works out is none of your business. How the trade works whilst it's working is none of your business. So the best thing you can do is walk away. Or you train yourself to watch it and not interfere, which will strengthen your psychological stamina. I'm at that place now, but I'm still making one or two mistakes here and there. But if you told me to stay in that trade for that long, several years back, absolutely no way. Impossible. I would have been worn out.
yeah,
Worn out. Done. Pull back and it trickles and pull back and it trickles and then it drops a little bit and then God, forget it. Forget it. Give me that 0.5%. Whatever it was. But now, I'm not touching it. Unless it gets very close to take profit. Then I might take it. So see, I'm still developing.
But you also don't move your stop loss.
I don't touch my stop loss. We're gonna cover why, but I don't touch my stop loss because it will come back to break even sometimes. We've seen it multiple times. It will come back and haunt you. No point. Absolutely no point. For
But
me
it's quite
anyway, in my
interesting.
system.
Expectation levels is quite interesting because you get those through your history
Yeah.
of trading.
Yeah.
So my expectation levels are it's going to hit within, it could be 15 minutes, it could be a couple of hours. But by the end of the day, I'm out, whatever.
Okay.
And then the next day, it will go on and hit that TP level where it was originally.
There you go.
But my rules state I'm out by the end of the day because I can't see. There's no point.
But is your rule now driven by data, or is your rule now driven by old data, or is your rule now driven by I'm comfortable staying till the end of the day?
No, I will always get. I can. It's one or the other. It hits TP level or it's the end of the day. That's it.
Cool.
So if it doesn't hit TP level by the end of the day, I'm out.
But
And then if it goes on, it goes on. That's fair enough.
that's fine. But if you have a TP level and it hasn't hit by the end of the day, you're gonna close the trade.
Yeah.
How many times out of 10 has it shown you that the day after I've closed the trade? Is it 7, 8, 9
Yeah.
times out of 10?
Yeah.
So maybe your expectations are not in alignment with how long the market's frequency of the trade could work towards. So what I'm trying to say is my decision making is now driven by my data. I can't expect the market to always be the same all the time.
Yeah.
So my expectation will be, I know the market can hit that TP, but whether it hits it today or tomorrow or the day after, in theory, I don't know. But through the data and through the collection and through all my mistakes of my previous trades and so on and so forth, I realized that it may take 15 minutes. It may take an hour. Sometimes it might take 3 days. So my expectation now varies from 15 minutes to 3 days, because I have trades that took 3 days, trades that took 2 days, trades that took 3 hours. You see where I'm coming from?
Mm.
So if it's an anomaly where it happens once every 50 trades, fair enough. Happy for you to disregard it. But if it's happening more times than often, then this is where you're potentially missing out on the returns that you're looking for.
It's quite interesting because that's changed, I reckon, this year.
There you go.
The last 5 months,
Yeah.
it's a lot slower than
Yeah.
I've seen in the last.
And I think I agree. This has probably been one of the worst trading years so far. I have to admit. Don't know if anyone feels the same. Cam, what do you think? But this year for a break and retest trader for me, it's probably been one of the worst years. My variables haven't fixed. My variables haven't changed. But my expectations have. My trade frequency has. And through that, you have to mind manage. I went from trading 2, 3, 4 times a week, where I had it trade every day, to now I have it trade once a week. Last year, I was having it trade, if not every other day, every day. Now it's once, twice a week at best.